Yo, Cece and Romeo live with DJ Cassidy. Finally, from Pass the Mic. Romeo, we've been trying to get this man in the studio for days.
For a long time. But you stuck to your word, though.
Yes, you have.
You are a man of your word.
I always said that for the last episode, we will do this in person. But remember, when we started this, no one was leaving their house.
Right.
Then things began to loosen up. And now we are here to talk about the 10th and grand finale edition of Pass the Mic.
No, I don't want it to.
We don't want it to be over.
So dope.
Man.
Well, it's the end of the first chapter.
Okay,
I like that.
that.
There are many more chapters to come. But we're here to recap the last 2 years and talk about this epic culmination that I've put together for the finale edition.
He said this epic
culmination
that I have put together.
Let's just be clear. You definitely did that. We think about doing a pandemic like you saved us in so many ways, right? When this came to a creation and you made this happen, and we salute you for that. But what made you feel like number 10 was the end for this part of it?
10 sounds like a nice round number, you know? And I always look at people like Michael Jordan, who went out on top, as an inspiration. I always wanted to bring this show to a culmination when we were on top. And I feel like now's the moment. 10 sounds like a nice, beautiful round number. I have passed the mic to 220. 220 iconic hip-hop and R&B superstars.
Not just anybody, iconic stars.
Facts.
Well, let me name some. Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Yes.
Patti LaBelle, Gladys Knight, Nile Rodgers, Run DMC, LL Cool J, Big Daddy Kane, Rakim, Dougie Fresh, Naughty by Nature, Salt and Pepper, Missy Elliott, Wyclef Jean, Mace, 112, Genuine, Ja Rule, Ashanti, Fat Joe, Jadakiss, Nelly, Supercat, Beanie Man, Sean Paul, Shaggy. The list goes on and on and on and on. And every last one of these artists, as we know, because we're here on KDAY, every last one of these artists is not only iconic, not only legendary, but game-changing. Really changed the game.
Yeah.
And it's been an incredible honor to have these 222 people whom I look up to on this show.
Man,
right. And let me say this really quick. Like Romeo said earlier, you gave us something to watch during the pandemic, and thank you for that. But really, thank you for thinking outside the box and not only giving us something to watch, but also, very importantly, making it very intimate for us. That, to me, was more important than anything. It felt like we're in your living room. We're intimate. We felt like we were part of it. We were family, too.
Well, I think that really lies at the heart of the show. We've all seen our favorite artists perform.
Yeah.
We've all heard these records in many ways, on vinyl, on cassette, on CD, at concerts, on TV. So what makes Pass the Mic different? I've tried to analyze it for 2 years, and I think one of the main things that makes Pass the Mic special is that you're experiencing these artists and these songs in a personal way like never before.
Right.
Yes.
And because the show started at a particularly crazy time in the world, feeling these artists and these songs in such an intimate way really connected with people in an emotional way.
Gave us comfort.
It
really did. So, KDAY Nation, let's run back to the beginning. Like, when you first decided to put this together, who were probably the first 2 or 3 artists you picked up the phone to call and say, I'm about to do this? Let's run it back.
Well, I'll run it back even further. I was on the phone with an artist when I thought of the idea.
Wow, okay.
I was FaceTiming with my friend and mentor, Verdine White of Earth, Wind, and Fire. April 2020. Now we're on a call. We're holding a phone. I'm on the couch. He's on his couch. And the song That's the Way of the World comes on my speakers in the background, very low. And Verdine hears his song and starts singing along casually.
Wow.
Hearts of fire.
Yeah.
Create love, desire. And, this song gives me chills on a regular day. But now the world's in flux. I'm on the phone with one of my heroes. Doesn't get more significant than Verdine White.
Facts.
And I got chills down my spine, and I just said to myself, how fortunate am I to have relationships with so many of my musical heroes? And I thought maybe there's a way to give people the feeling I have right now on this call.
Wow.
And the light bulb went off, and I immediately envisioned what was to become Pass the Mic. And I hung up with Verdine. I called my editor. I told him this idea. 48 hours later, we had a technological game plan on how to put this together. And the first person I called was Verdine.
There you go. And the
Wow.
rest is history. The rest is history.
The rest is history.
Man.
Just to even hear the conversation
Yeah.
as it's happening, you know. But I gotta go ahead and show love to those artists in the beginning, because in my heart, I feel like those are the ones that were like, I got you no matter what. Let's do it.
100%. Verdine White, Philip Bailey, Ray Parker Jr., Denise Williams, Sherilyn, Saida Garrett, Howard Hewitt, Steve Arrington. These are literally the greatest R&B artists of the late 70s, early 80s,
Yes.
who made the classics that we've all been dancing to our whole lives. And I called everyone that I had a relationship with. I didn't call anyone who I didn't know because I was about to pitch a crazy idea. So I knew they had to trust me in some way or I was just going to sound nuts.
Right.
And exactly what you said is what I believe. Those first 20 or so people who said yes, with no prototype, with nothing to show but a crazy idea, will forever have my heart. And that's not to say the others don't. I continue to call after that episode dozens and dozens of my heroes. And every time I got a yes, my heart sunk. I had to pinch myself because every artist on this show has been a hero of mine since as far back as I can remember.
Right.
And these artists, you know, span decades. I've had artists on my show that debuted to the world in the mid-'70s, and I had artists on my show that debuted to the world in the mid-2000s. And that's, I think, another beautiful thing about the show is its breadth. It spans so many years and brings together so many ages and walks of life of people.
Agreed.
And Cassie, you said something. You said that when they said yes, that you would have to pinch yourself. But I couldn't even imagine anybody even saying no to you.
Yeah, I was going to be like, did anyone ever say no? You don't have to mention them, but did you ever get a no?
There were a few people I tried to get who never ended up on the show based on just various reasons.
Scheduling
and other things like that. But I would say for the most part, 95 to 99% of artists who I called ended up on the show. But I did have to pinch myself because I'm still calling people whom I look up to.
Right.
People whose records I've played throughout my career. Without their records, I'm no one.
Right.
So I hold all these people on such a high pedestal. So I don't think I'm worthy of the yes. And I've always made this clear. I don't think Pass the Mic is about me. I don't think people are tuning in to see me. I'm the messenger. They're tuning in to see the artists and to see the artists perform these songs in a personal and intimate way like never before.
Right.
And I'm just grateful that I'm there.
Well, that's
And
what
I think
makes
that's
it so
the
special.
success of your
Yeah,
show.
That's it.
Yes.
You summed it up right there. The fact that you said it's not about me. It's about giving the people out there right now that may sit at home and have nowhere to go their favorite artist, just like you. And I think that's what's so dope. So now here we are. It's going down tonight. BET Hip Hop Awards, the grand finale. Number 10 is the end of this portion of it, DJ Cassidy. I mean, like, let's talk about what you may be getting into next. Can you even, like, speak a little bit on that? Or are you going to make us wait for it?
Well, you know, it was always my dream to bring Pass the Mic to the live stage.
Mm-hmm.
And that's definitely one of the next chapters for Pass the Mic. I've already put on some incredible pop-up shows. I put on a Pass the Mic live at the Pegasus World Cup in Miami. And I brought out Lil Kim, Ja Rule, Mace, and Jadakiss.
Oh my God.
Then
That right there. I would have loved to be right there.
Yeah.
Then I put on a pop-up Pass the Mic live at the opening of the Hard Rock Hotel in New York City and brought out Fat Joe, Busta Rhymes, and Nas.
Come on.
Come on.
And next, I'm putting on a pop-up Pass the Mic live at Formula One in Austin, Texas, and I'm bringing out Robin Thicke, Wyclef Jean, and Shaggy on October 21st at Austin City Limits. But these are just a foreshadowing
Right.
of what's to come for the future of Pass the Mic. We've really just begun. This is just the final chapter. This is just the final episode of chapter 1.
Got you.
They got to
got
do
you.
it Pass the Mic in Los Angeles.
Yeah,
Oh, don't worry.
man.
We need
Don't worry.
that.
All around the world. You know, Pass the Mic is global. The
Yeah.
spirit is global. The music is global. So we will be taking it around the world and much, 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 much more to come. So when I say grand finale, it's not the finale of Pass the Mic, but it's the finale of the series as we know it.
Okay.
And I can tell you that this episode is a celebration of hip hop.
Okay.
I always wanted to close the series with a celebration of hip hop, because hip hop is my first love and my greatest inspiration. Without hip hop, there is no DJ Cassidy. Now, Volume 2 of Pass the Mic was a celebration of what many people see as the first golden age of hip hop. And that was my episode where I brought out Run, DMC, LL Cool J, Chuck D, Dougie Fresh, Rakim, Big Daddy Kane, Naughty by Nature, Salt and Pepper, and dozens of others. I think there were 42 people on that show. And after that show premiered in, I think it was August 15, 2020, there was such an emotional reaction, and I had such an emotional reaction, that I knew right then there had to be a sequel to celebrate the next golden era of hip-hop that came after that.
Okay.
And I always envisioned that episode to be the finale, because I knew that hip-hop had to be the finale. So this is that, really the sequel to Volume 2,
Okay.
celebrating a very, very, very prolific era of hip-hop. And I'm thinking that because the show's tonight, I'm thinking I should just tell you a few people. Who
I
are
was
gonna
getting
be
ready.
on the
Okay,
show.
thank you
that was
so
our next
much.
question.
I
Come
was
on,
like
Cassidy.
waiting for it because I'm like, listen, we family at this point.
Yeah. You gotta let us know.
Okay, are we ready?
Yeah.
Uh-oh, here we go.
Only because the show is airing tonight.
Yes.
Yes, let's do it.
I like the drum roll.
You got that?
Ladies and
Cassidy.
gentlemen, tonight I will be passing the mic to Busta Rhymes.
Uh-huh.
I will be passing the mic to Method Man.
Oh my
Oh.
God.
I will be passing the mic to Swizz Beats.
Come on.
Zone, zone, zone.
I will be passing the mic to The Locks.
Oh,
Oh.
boy. Here we go.
I will be passing the mic to Too Short.
Yes.
What's my
I love
favorite
it.
word?
Should we do one more?
Yeah.
One
Yes.
more.
I will be passing the mic to Ice Cube.
Oh,
Oh,
my
come on.
God. Yay,
You just
yay.
said cube.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, I just gave you about 5 names. There's another 15.
Can you give us one more? I'm just saying, we're
See,
family now. That's all I'm
now,
saying.
right?
Right? I'm
Yo,
just
but
pushing
you
it.
said Too Short and Cube. Talk about for the West Coast holding it down for the backyard here.
Yeah.
Come on.
He got 2 heavy hitters from the
You
West.
know, I think this show
Uh-huh.
really exemplifies the influence of New York and California during this pivotal time in hip-hop.
Yeah.
And that's all I have to say about that.
You
I
say
do
less.
have a question. I'm not going to ask you who, but I have a question. The people that were on in the early days of Pass the Mic, you know, that said yes, and those people said yes because they were based on their relationship with you. Are you going to somehow maybe tie maybe 1 or 2 in the end to come full circle, or it's strictly hip hop?
Well, what I can say is that everyone who is on this edition is appearing for the first time except one person.
Okay.
But I'm not going to say who that
Okay.
person
See.
is.
Okay.
Oh,
The
you just
setup
gotta
was
watch
nice.
tonight.
The
That's what
setup
it
was
is.
nice.
There are very few people who have appeared on the series twice. But there's a handful, and one of those people is on the show tonight. I may or may not have mentioned them already. You'll figure it out tonight when you watch live.
I
He's
love
good.
it. The
He's
setup
so
is nice.
good.
BET
Yes.
Hip Hop Awards going down tonight.
Oh,
DJ
man.
Cassidy, go ahead and do episode number 10 just to prepare us for chapter 2. Have you had a chance to really sit back and let it soak in what you've accomplished and what you've done for the entire world, not just our country, but the world? Has that hit you yet?
That's a tough question.
We thank you, like seriously.
Well, first of all, thank you. That means a lot to me. I'm a big KDAY fan. I just want you to know. You know, I'm from New York City, and I live in LA now. I've lived here 5 years. But whenever I would land from New York, when I lived in New York, I put on KDAY.
Yeah.
So it's an honor to be sitting here with you guys, and to hear you say that means a lot. Has it sunk in? Well, I feel really proud of what I put together over the past 2 years. You know, as a little kid, I really just had one dream. I started DJing when I was 10. So I never dreamt about DJing around the world or DJing at the White House for the president, or I never dreamt of anything that big.
Right.
It was just my hobby. But I did dream about my favorite rappers knowing my name. I just wanted my favorite rappers to know who I was. That to
Right.
me was enough of a stamp. At that time, if you'd have told me Tretch would know my name,
Yeah.
I could have died and gone to heaven. If
Yeah.
you'd have told me that Run would know my name, I'd have died and gone to heaven. So the fact that 220 of my favorite artists in hip hop and R&B know my name and answered my call. It means more than I could ever express. So in that sense, I feel a lot of joy and a lot of pride, and hearing that people have received this show with emotion makes me happier than I can really explain.
Wow, well deserved.
Yeah, and really you've made your viewers happy. My sister is one of Cassidy's biggest fans, and she really fell in love through the show when she was at home, you know, and that's how she was able to get through the pandemic. So thank you. Every time you come up, she's like, oh my God, I love him. But they just fall in love with you through the music, and it's almost the same thing with radio. Listeners fall in love with us through the music. You know, so thank you so much for what you've done for our culture and what you continue to do.
Well, thank you. That means the world. And thank you to your sister. What's your sister's name again?
Ina. She loves you, Cassidy.
Ina, I love you more. Thank you for watching, and please watch tonight. I know you're going to love this one.
Yes.
BET Hip Hop Awards going down tonight. Make sure you tap in for that episode number 10 as we prepare us for the next chapter of What's Going On with Pastor Mike. And now we got him here in studio. Next time he comes back, KDAY Nation, we're going to get him on them turntables. You know what I'm
get
saying?
him on the turntables, and I'm putting it out there. We are going to have him host an entire show by himself.
I would love that.
You got to do
I
it.
would
Because
love
imagine
that.
he
Who
can
doesn't
talk
want to
about
be
all these artists.
Who doesn't want to be a radio star for a day?
Come on, man. It's
I
all
would
you.
absolutely love that, but it's really an honor to be here. As I said, KDAY is my favorite station. Brings back a lot of memories from when I lived in New York, and of course now I live in LA, so it's on 24/7. But ladies and gentlemen, once again, if you didn't hear these two, I'm going to say it to you one more time. Tonight on BET, directly following the Hip Hop Awards, tune in for DJ Cassidy's Pass the Mic, the 10th and grand finale edition. I'm passing the mic to 20 hip-hop superstars you do not want to miss.
There it is. He said it best. Let's go. That's a wrap.